Hey, what's going on, guys? It's 2player NegativeAE, and welcome back to Steins Gate. Let's get right into this. I think I need to check this out. Next morning, I head to Lukako, to the shrine to meet with Lukako. Okay, so last episode, what happened? I remember the awkward time leap that happened during the last. It's been a day now. Usually, I play all of these like on the same day, and then I upload them to keep the effect going. So it's now the next day. I do remember the awkward time leap back. I remember the multiple confessions from Lukako. But now we are in this 4-day relationship with Lukako. Or whatever. And we're trying to figure out. So we went on a date the first day. And now this is the second day, I think. She's already waiting for me in the courtyard. When she sees me, she smiles and waves her hand. Too cute. Must resist. Good morning. Morning. Where are we going today? Before that. Yes. I make up my mind and throw out the question. These are weird questions to ask. Oh yeah. We figured out. Okay, so she said something that we thought that we only had when that only happened when she was a guy, because we saved her from the girls, and we said that it didn't matter that she was a guy. And then she said in her story that when we met her that okay, I get it, but it's false. Lukako twitches for a moment, and then she hangs her head. No, I don't. Really? Lukako nods stiffly. I consider a more forceful approach, but the words of that dating manual blaze inside my head. Whatever you do, don't make the girl sad. You might get dumped. If I get dumped, then what will happen to our 4-day agreement? Lukako might refuse to turn back into a guy. No, Lukako's... Well, yeah. Hold on. Fuck you, dude. Mayori's life hangs in the balance, so I'm sure no matter what I say, she'll turn back. Or is it naive? Yes, very naive of you. Either way, even though I'm doing this to save Mayori, I can't just trample on Lukako's pure maidenly heart. Neither one of us speaks. Mutual distrust, suspicion, discomfort. One word could shatter our temporary relation. Luka is the first to break the suffocating silence. I'm sorry. Let's cancel today's date. Lukako bows her head and goes back into the shrine office. I hurt her. I feel guilty, but at the same time, relieved. I hate myself for it. Instead of returning to the lab, I stand on the bridge in front of the station and gaze blankly at the stream of people. Ferris might be visiting the lab. Ferris was at the lab on this day when I came to this world line. My action shouldn't have influenced Mayori's, so she should have called Ferris over to show her the costumes. Right now, I don't want to see anybody. I need to think. But try as I might, no ideas come, no solutions. Lukako agreed to go back to being a guy if I went out with her for a time. I've stayed faithful to that, so... Faithful how? I just made a huge mistake back there. I've done nothing but make Lukako sad. Tomorrow is the 15th, the day ComiMa opens. The day Mayori dies. At the very least, I need to make our relationship last until that evening. Tomorrow is the end. But I'm not confident I can show Lukako a fun time. Alright, so instead of fussing over a date, I'll try something that won't make Lukako sad. What is that? The next morning, after Mayori and Daru have left for Arike, I head to the shrine to pick up Lukako. We hop on the train at Akiba Station. When she looks askance at me, I tell her that we're going to see Mayori. Today, it won't just be the two of us. I don't know what to say when we're alone. I'm afraid I'll just hurt her again. It's time to say something different, or try something different. When we get off the train at Tokyo Big Sight, Lukako stares in wonder at the scene spread before her. People, people, people. People as far as the eye can see. Welcome to ComiMa, the Otaku Festival. Today's the first day, so Big Sight's more crowded than usual. This is my plan. Take Lukako to ComiMa. I'm not making her cosplay, of course. Lukako wouldn't even do it at Mayori's request, and I don't want to force her to do anything she doesn't want to do. We're just here to look and have fun. First order of business is to hook up with Mayori and Daru. Those two live and breathe ComiMa, so I'm sure they'll have a lot to talk about. Conversation will flow, and I'll be off the hook. How wonderful to have friends you can count on. Of course, bringing a date to ComiMa is a surefire way to earn myself the hatred of otaku everywhere, but no matter. I'll endure their contempt if that's what it takes to make Lukako happy. So resolved, I strike through the crowd towards our designated rendezvous point. Lukako, clearly overwhelmed by the sheer number of people, struggles to follow behind. Okari and Luka-chan. Near the edge of the parking lot, I see the petite Mayori wave her hands high. There aren't as many people here. Welcome to ComiMa, Luka-chan. Yeah, it's my first time coming here, but it's amazing. Take it easy. Where's Daru? Daru-kun's in line for promo goods. He couldn't come. He said he'll join us later if he survives the battle. Damn. That means he won't join up with us for at least another hour. Couldn't he forego the battle just this once? Dance. Lukako's eyes dart from place to place. She's clearly uncomfortable in the chaotic atmosphere. There's still some awkwardness between us after what happened yesterday. Even on the train ride, we barely spoke to each other. What's the point in being a couple if it turns out like this? It's easier to talk when we weren't supposed to be boyfriend and girlfriend. Lukako seemed to enjoy herself more too. Was it a mistake to bring her to ComiMa? Lukako didn't refuse. Even when I told her we were going to ComiMa, she nodded obediently. Mayushi will show you around, okay? There's lots of people, so we've got to be careful. First we'll go to the cosplay area, then we'll go inside. Mary's more cheerful than usual. She must be happy to have us here. Hey, is there anything that you guys want to see? Lukako, is there anything you want to see? No. Lukako shakes her head. It's my first time, so if Okabe wants to see something, I'll go see it. Aw. I'm not particularly interested in anything. Then why did I take her here? She obviously doesn't want to go, and I don't want to go, so why are we here? Lukako looks unhappy. Crap. I shouldn't have answered like that. Hey, Luka-chan. If you come to see the cosplay area, I'm sure you'll change your mind about cosplaying. Mary talks happily to Lukako. I'm glad I chose to rely on this ditz who can't read the mood. It's not embarrassing at all, see? Because everyone's having fun. Kade-chan and Fubuki-chan are wearing Mayushi's costumes. I'll introduce you, okay? This is my first time meeting them, I think. You should come too, tomorrow too. I'll bring costumes for you and we can cosplay together. Code Geass? Code Geass? Code Geass, huh? Zero sum? Yo, Code Geass, man. That's a good one. You cosplay for Okanin. You cosplay of Okanin does it with you, right, Luka-chan? You will, won't you? Maybe she thinks it's a great idea. Not a chance. Sorry. No way. Mary slumps her shoulders in disappointment. In the end, Lukako and I got fed up with the amount of people and left Arake early. We took a direct shuttle bus directly to Akiba that only runs during ComiMa, but it was so cramped inside I thought I was going to die. No. There's nothing to say here. By the time we get back to Akiba, Lukako and I are exhausted. My feet feel like blocks of lead, and I don't have the energy to even attempt conversation. The two of us schwelp back to the shrine without speaking a word, and like Spanish monks are under a vow of silence. Lukako doesn't raise a single complaint, but taking her to ComiMa was obviously a mistake. Lukaku's expression has been stiff ever since we met up with Mayuri. Maybe she's still traumatized by otaku. The first time I met Lukako, she was being harassed by otaku. Maybe they left a bad impression. It's true. We don't talk. We spend most of the day shoulder to shoulder with strangers. I can probably count on my fingers the words I said directly to Lukako today. When we arrive at the shrine, our time as a couple will end. So this is our last chance to talk as boyfriend and girlfriend. But I'm confused. What should I talk about? I'm trying to think about things we have in common. The demon sword, Samidare. The Zenshin Zama School of Swordsmanship. But Kurusu said to avoid Chunibyo topics, and the dating manual concurred. Okay, but hold on. No, that's wrong. If the girl that you're talking to is okay with the Chunibyo topics, then you're fine. It finally dawns on me. There's nothing else Lukako and I share. Exactly, so just talk about whatever you have in common. If you don't have anything in common, then there's nothing that you can talk about. Silence dominates the shrine. The silence should be calming, but it's not. I've safely escorted Lukako home. Mayuri's death is just 3 hours away. The temporary relationship between me and Lukako ends here. Now I just need Lukako to give me her mother's pager number. However, is it really okay to let it end like this? In the end, what have I done for Lukako? I haven't done squat, have I? All I've done is hurt her. Suddenly, Lukako starts sobbing. She covers her mouth with both hands, but can't stop the tears from pouring from her eyes.
Lukako.
When I approach her, Lukako pulls back. Lukako wipes the corners of her eyes, but the tears keep flowing, forming a glistening line down each cheek. This is a sad moment. I'm speechless. I have no idea what to do. A girl is crying before my eyes. Takes a lot to make me cry, though. Takes a lot. It's my duty as a man to confront her. I know that, and yet no words come. I stand there, like a useless statue. The cause of Lukako's tears is undoubtedly me. I didn't treat her right as my girlfriend, even if it was an only temporary arrangement. And now it ends with me watching as Lukako cries. Lukako. I'm the one who did this to her. I'm the cause of her grief. And yet... Thank you very much. She thanks me and bows her head. She lifts her head and smiles shyly through her tears. I was really happy that we could be together. That's a lie. I'm glad I fell in love with you. That has to be a lie. To my surprise, Lukako takes my hand in hers. Her hand is very warm and delicate. This is the first time I've touched her since we became a couple. And it will be the last. Lukako places a note in my hand. And then she pulls away. Bows her head again. Bye now. Lukako turns her back to me, then disappears into the shrine office. I look at the note. There's a number written here, or there. It's probably her mother's pager number. She kept her promise. But I didn't keep mine. I can't let it end like this. I run full speed back to the lab, ignoring Kurusu's calls to stop. I slam on the headgear and leap to the past. Wow, this shit is full of unorthodox jumps, dude. I've not seen weirder jumps than in this Lukako storyline. So are we just going back to the same day? We should go back to the very beginning. Just do everything over. I regain consciousness in front of Akibara Station. Lukako is next to me, and we're about to board the train for ComiMa. Lukako looks a little anxious, but she doesn't raise a single complaint. The shuttle bus pulls up. The huge line of people begins to move. We can't go to ComiMa like this. Shaking off my time leap-induced vertigo, I take Lukako by the hand. Come on. Once we get out of the line, I let go of Lukako's hand and start walking. The bus is here. We're not going to ComiMa. This time, we're doing things my way. Okabe-san, where are we going? I don't know. Have I even thought where I'm going? I keep walking with Lukako's hand in mine, ignoring everything else. Lukako looks very bewildered at first, but eventually she says no more and just starts following me with a sad expression. We arrive at Yanabayashi Shrine, a place devoid of visitors, with an aura of peace and dignity, where an aura of peace and dignity dominates, where the cries of cicadas resound. Those are the most annoying cicadas that I've heard. Lukako's home. Finally, I turn to face Lukako. Instead of letting go, I grasp her warm hand even tighter than before. Perhaps it's the heat, or perhaps it's our nervousness, but our hands are damp with sweat. But still, I don't let go. Lukako is hanging her head. She might cry at any moment. This means our relationship is over, doesn't it? Her lips tremble. Her voice trembles. I summon my resolve and answer her with a laugh. What are you talking about? Our couple phase isn't over yet. I strike a pose and mimic a line from a popular card battling anime. Until I witnessed Mayori's death, this is how I acted all the time. Now it takes some effort, but I still have it in me. But... weren't you listening? This time, we're doing things my way. Now, my disciple. Bring forth the demon sword Samidare. The wind blows. The tree growing over the main building rustles as its leaves in response. Lukako looks at me blankly. Tears form from the corner of her eyes. What? Isn't it obvious? It's time to continue your training in the Zen Shinama School of Swordsmanship. My training? Have you already forgotten what I taught you? No, but... okay. It's Kyoma. Eh? Have you forgotten my true name, Lukako? I am the insane mad scientist Hoii Kyoma. Swallowing my embarrassment, I strike another pose. I was so caught up in the question of your gender that I lost sight of our true relationship. But now that I finally realized the truth, our relationship was decided from the very beginning. Decided... how? I may be a man, and you may be a woman. But our temporary relationship as a couple? I take a deep breath. I gently comb my fingers through Lukako's hair. I twist my lips into a grin. Matters not. I am I. Lukako is Lukako. And Lukako is my disciple. I gently stroke her hair, and Lukako puts her warm hand on top of mine. The tears collected in the corners of her eyes suddenly fall. Yes, of course, Kyoma-san is my master. Jesus Christ. Well said. Now, Lukako, bring forth the Samidare. At once. Just a moment. I'll be right back. Please stay here, okay? I'm not going anywhere, so hurry. Lukako reluctantly lets go of my hand, shyly turns away from me, and heads into the shrine office. This is cute. It's cute. We spend 4 hours training, just like we used to. Practice swings with the demon sword, stories of the sword's history, lectures on the intricacies of Shenzhen Zama swordsmanship, all fabricated from my Chunibyo delusions. I talk Lukako, dressed now in her Miko robes, listens with rapt attention. Occasionally we take a break, sit on the shrine stairway, and eat sweet rice balls Lukako's mother brings us. Have we not seen Lukako's mother? Can I see Lukako's mother? And that's how we spend an extraordinarily ordinary 4 hours. That's weird. Extraordinarily ordinary. Alright, that's it for today. Lukako lowers her stance and slowly sheathes the demon sword Samidar. She looks so beautiful and majestic standing there in her flowing white robes, sword shining in her hands. I find myself mesmerized once again. Lukako bows, snapping me out of it. Thank you. I think I got a little stronger. No need for humility. Today you mastered one of the Zenshin Sama's secrets. Type 32 cherry bomb. I used to speak like this back when I was playing like powers in school. That's funny. But don't get cocky, for you are still weak. Remember those days? Remember when you used to be like, I activate my fire ability. I blow you away with 8 million points of damage. I now wield the ancient sword of death. Brings me back. Yes, sir. I want to learn even more from you. The breeze feels nice after the sweat we worked up. We savor our comfortable fatigue as we drink the barley tea Lukako's mother brought for us. I feel like it's been a long time since you last taught me, Kyoma-san. For the past few days, my mind has been under the dread influence of a fall grimoire known as the Manual. But I fully recovered. Do not worry. Thank goodness. You're back to your old self. Lukako answers happily. Then, her expression turns serious, as if she's made up her mind about something. Yesterday, you asked me if I had any memories from when I was a guy. Oh, yeah. Lukako looks away. I see her hands fidgeting in her lap. Finally, with trembling lips, she speaks. What the fuck? So is it just emails? So okay. So am I to believe that D-mails reconstruct the past. So and the brain doesn't forget everything, but your memories are reconstructed? That doesn't make any sense. That makes no sense. It makes sense, kind of. Because the things happened, and then the D-mail changes everything. So then mind leaping into the past is different because the memories haven't happened yet. But because the D-mail memories, like everything's already been taking place, and sending a D-mail reconstructs the whole world line, me just jumping into the past is just me going to the past with my own memories. So sending D-mails people can remember? This is confusing. No surprise. I expected she'd remember after what I experienced with Ferris. I remember, or actually, how should I say it? It's a very transient feeling. Transient. I can clearly remember it, but at the bottom of my sea of memories. Well, in my head. I can't clearly remember it, but at the bottom of my sea of memories, well, in my head, then Lukako starts pawing at the air above and to the right of her head. It feels like it's around here somewhere. I don't really get it. Anyway, you remember. Lukako nods. Sorry I lied yesterday. Don't worry about it. You should be proud to have fooled the great Hoi in ComiMa. So, because I remembered, I knew Mom's pager number without having to ask. She takes out a piece of paper upon which is written the number. I was going to give you this no matter how things turned out today. And one more thing. One more thing. I don't know if it's related to my memories, but it's about that old computer. Now that I didn't expect. The IBM 5100. Yeah, I think so. True, Lukako did seem like she knew something about the IBM 5100. Plus, Luka's dad confirmed it was there at the shrine, or here at the shrine. Then one day it suddenly disappeared. Does Lukako know where it is now? If that's true, Lukako, you might not have to turn back into a guy. But Lukako faintly shakes her head. I don't think it's that easy. But why not? Lukako grips my hand. Please come with me. I'll show you. She looks into my eyes. Lukako is no longer crying. In the fading sunlight, her eyes shine with firm resolve. Dara brings me to Dai Biru. I look up at the huge towering building. The IBM 5100 is here? Not there. Lukako faces away from Daiburu and points. A coin locker tucked in a narrow alley. It happened last year, just before New Year's. Lukako walks up to the coin locker as she talks. The computer was at our shrine until then. Until New Year's. That's a contradiction. It's only 2 weeks ago that I found the IBM 5100 on Yanabayashi Shrine, which means I haven't returned to the original world line. It was all my fault. I was helping out at the shrine, sweeping the storehouse when I broke it by accident. You broke it? Lukako nods. But I thought Dad would get mad at me if he found out, so her being a girl means that she broke the computer? What? I brought it here and hid it in the coin locker. It must have been tough bringing it all the way out here. The thing weighs a ton. I used a pushcart from home. It broke too. Even so, it must have been hard to get here with just a pushcart. Maybe she was running on adrenaline. When I heard Kyoma-san was searching for it, I was really surprised. I know I should have told you the truth, but I thought you'd hate me for it, and I couldn't say anything. Nonsense. I wouldn't hate you for that. No matter what, you're still my disciple. I know. Lukako takes out the locker key out of her pocket. It's already been more than half a year, so the management probably took it away. Half a year. I guess it's hopeless then. This locker charges 200 yen per day. Normally, if a coin locker goes unpaid for more than a few days, the management retrieves the contents. And if the owner doesn't claim it within the month, it's usually thrown away. Meaning the IBM 5100 is already... Lukako goes to the large locker at the end of the row and tries the lock. Ah, it's not locked. I guess that settles it. Sure enough, Lukako opens the door to reveal an empty locker. I'm sorry. Either way, it doesn't matter. There's no point retrieving a broken IBM 5100. But I don't tell her that. It's not your fault. I'm the one who messed with the timeline. Everything that happened is my fault. That's why I must bear the burden. Mayori's pain, Suzuha's pain, Ferris's pain. And now Lukako's pain. Something occurs to me. What if I send a D-mail telling Lukako not to sweep the storehouse? How would that change the world line? Would the IBN 5100 stay at Yanabayashi Shrine, ready for me to retrieve it in August, as planned? Parts of me wants to try sending that email. If it works, Lukako could stay a girl. Oh, I mustn't give in to the temptation. My goal is to restore the world line, not to warp it further. Fix the past to save Mayuri. Save the cheerleader, save the world. That is my mission. That's freaking Heroes, man. Heroes is a good show. There's something strange about my memories. Strange how? Inside my mind there are two memories about that old computer mixed together. The first memory is of me breaking it. The other memory, and the other has no memory of it at all. The male me didn't break the computer. He swept the main shrine instead of the storehouse. Oh, got it. Because she swept the storehouse, she broke the IBN 5100 and deposited it into the coin locker. As a result, the IBN 5100 will never reach me. Is this the butterfly effect? So there's no choice. I have to go back to being a guy. There's no longer any doubt in her eyes. There's no choice. She knows it as well as I. We return empty-handed to Yanabayashi Shrine, which has dyed scarlet by the setting sun. I'm going to end the episode here. Thank you guys so much for watching. I'm going to upload the next episode today. If you guys enjoyed today's episode, hit the like button, subscribe if you feel necessary, and I hope you guys are having the best rest of your day. Peace out, you guys.